How you doing, everybody? I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn Adams, and
This is Smack Talk. First off,
Day
real
10.
quick, Day 10 of the World
days.
Cup. We're in double digits now.
I tried to explain to somebody how long this lasts, and I tried to go through how many games were a day, and then I realized that when the group stage ends on the 27th, the 28th, the knockout stages start. I was like, yeah, it pretty much just goes until the 13th. I was like, there's only a couple of days of layoff, and I thought there was one in between the knockout stages, but there's one for the teams later on, but then the earlier stages, groups A, B, C, those games start right away. So
Right on.
awesome.
I think we're going to be here for about the next 30 days. That's awesome. First off, before we get into any World Cup games real quick, Las Vegas is getting an arena football team called the Las Vegas Outlaws, owned by Vince Neil from Motley Crue. We had the Gladiators here for a while. Clint Dozell was the quarterback. Now he's the coach of the Philadelphia Soul. The Arena Football League is not nothing special, but we'll take anything at this point. So we look forward to covering that. Let's get to today's game.
First game of the day, heartbreaking match. Awesome game. A lot better than expected. Argentina versus Iran in the early game. I'd like to say this. The ref. The ref, not only did he block 3 Iranian clearances that all led to shots, he also stepped right in front of an Iranian counterattack. And let me tell you this, Iran should have won this game.
Yep.
They were dangerous. They defended everyone, and they did it. There was too many people. Argentina couldn't break through because they had too many people in that half of the field. They put their guys forward. Iran had all their guys back. I don't know if the guy's related to President Ahmadinejad, but there's an Ahmadinejad on the Iranian team. I heard them say something about the president watches every Iranian game in his soccer jersey.
Yeah, it was funny also is that Iran as a country doesn't have a lot of money to pay for soccer equipment, soccer jerseys. So the president told the players that no matter what happens, even if Lionel Messi wants your jersey, to not swap jerseys.
Yeah, totally.
And the coach said, "No,
the hell with that.
If Messi wants all of our jerseys, we're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
And then we'll fight over who gets Messi."
Speaking of Messi, heartbreaker, Messi scores a beautiful goal from about 23 yards out from the right corner of the box, outside the box, in the 91st minute in stoppage time to make it 1-0 Argentina. Argentina it says they had 19 shots with 9 on goal. They had 1.
Yeah, Messi's goal.
Because those other shots, they weren't shots. They were like, we're getting mad. We're getting frustrated.
You're just going to fire it at the goal.
Yeah. But the one shot went in, and it was Lionel Messi that did it.
Fouls were 14-8 in favor of Iran. 14 corners 10-6 in favor of Argentina. Argentina was not offsides the whole game, which is shocking.
It's pretty easy when you're playing in their half of the field the whole time. You don't have to worry about being
I
outside.
guess not. Iran was off once. 70-30 in possession, which is actually pretty darn large. 2 yellow cards for Iran, 0 for Argentina. The thing, as we talked about before the show started, we both think Iran should have won the game.
Yeah.
AS Monaco's goalie, Ramiro, basically saved Argentina's ass.
Yeah.
Because
there was a header.
There was a header from Reza.
Yeah.
That was Robin Van Persie-esque.
Yeah. The tip over.
The diving header.
The tip over.
And then there was a tip over from Ajabaga.
Yeah, Ajabaga. He shot it, and the ball's going in, and
it's going
Romero literally gets a fingernail to direct the ball up, and it goes over. They also hit the woodwork once, or not the crossbar, but they hit the post once. Iran only had 8 shots with only 4 on target. But let me tell you this. They played exactly like they needed to win this game. Yeah. They parked the bus, and they did it the correct way. Now, it's
with a counter.
Argentina still found space and stuff like that in tight areas. But when they broke quickly, they broke fast. And it had Argentina, because Argentina would press forward, and then he caught on the counter. And
there was even one instance where I don't know what striker had the ball, but there was a breakaway 1-on-1 with Ramiro, and Ramiro came up with another great save going into the top corner.
Yep.
Iran played awesome. I think a draw would have been a huge victory for them, just in confidence standpoint. The 1-0 loss, they should still be proud of themselves of
Yeah.
how they played, without
Yeah,
a doubt.
definitely. The thing about it is with Iran's team, nobody. You look at the draw, nobody gave them a chance, and you see the 0-0 draw with Nigeria, and you think, oh, okay, Iran's garbage. But the truth is they play organized defense.
They do not.
They surprised me. I watched the Iran Nigeria game, and it wasn't that interesting to me. But after watching somebody with real, like a whole all-star attack. I mean, because Nigeria's got Odemwingie and Obi Mikel, but after watching somebody that has Lavezzi and Di Maria and Messi and Gonzalo Higuain
Sergio
and
Aguero.
Sergio Aguero, and just to watch them do what they did was awesome. I mean, I'm pushing a dozer all day, and guys, boss keeps asking, "Am I done?" or is it? And I'm like, "No, no, no, I'm just taking a break." And I was just watching Nigeria because it was that interesting. Like I'd put it on, I'd watch it, and I was actually upset that I had to stop watching it for a second, push a little bit of dirt, and then do it as fast as possible, and then reload the thing back up. And then when it's like loading, it's like, come on, you were working just fine. Like the bars, like it's like you were, and then it goes. And I'm like, yes, the game's on again.
I was in the gym at my work, standing there. I sat down on a bench press until someone came in and wanted to use it. But I was standing there watching the entire first half, and after the first half, I got tired of standing. I went in my shop and I turned on the ESPN radio app, and I had it on my phone. And the more the game went on 0-0, the more interested and upset I was getting at every little foul and every, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? You start getting those shakes, the butt puckers, as
yeah,
my buddy Eric likes to call it. Um, it was a great game. Honestly, it was not what I expected whatsoever.
yeah. No, I thought this was we. I mean, we both predicted 3-0 and 4-0 victories, but that's what we get for underestimating Iran. And like I said, it's a heartbreaker because they deserved at least a point from
Yeah,
this
they
game.
sure
They
did.
deserved a point, and that's the way soccer goes sometimes. You play well enough to draw, you play well enough to win, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way. And unfortunately for Iran, this time it didn't.
And now here's the great thing though. Um, this non-victory, we'll get to it in a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Let's talk about
No, I was saying next. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The non-victory,
Oh, by the way, the
just because it's
players swapped jerseys with Messi at the end of the game.
there
Just so
you
you
go.
know.
The non-victory, it was 1-0, so that played into Iran's favor. Now, they're going to have to play Bosnia
Yep.
next.
Yep.
And Argentina's going to have to play Nigeria.
Yep.
Nigeria has 4 points. Iran has 1
1
point.
point.
And Nigeria is a +1.
Goal diff.
Goal
So
diff.
it's 2 goals separating.
2 goals separating. And Bosnia has looked horrible.
Yeah. Well, let's go into that.
Yeah, let's
Bosnia
go
game
into that
before we
real
go into
quick.
The good game. Bosnia-Herzegovina, Nigeria. Now, just so you know, Tony predicted a 3-1 Bosnia win.
Yes, I
I
did.
predicted a 2-1 Nigeria win, and Nigeria won 1-0. However,
I was wrong.
and I knew Nigeria had class. I think that now that looking back at the Iran game, I think Iran just plays good defense, and Nigeria couldn't come through. They are the African Nations Cup 2013 winner. They do have quality. I will say this: Edison Zeko had a goal wrongly ruled offside.
Without a doubt.
It's clearly not offside. Now I'm going to say this: the Mexico-Cameroon game that had 2 goals disallowed for offside that weren't offside. That sideline judge, has been taken off the crew. He's not going to be in the World Cup anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if FIFA does the same thing to this guy, because I don't know what he was looking at, but it's clearly onside and it was clearly a goal. So that happens, and then I think maybe 4 minutes later, Nigeria goes down on a counterattack, and there was a clear foul on the Nigerian attacker on Pjanic inside the box. It wasn't a 50-50 challenge. He clearly shoves the defender down and off the ball. The defender was going to win the ball. The ref puts the whistle to his mouth and is looking right at it like he's going to blow it. The attacker passes it to Odemwingie. Odemwingie slots home. The ref points at the center spot, gives Nigeria the goal. That, to me, was a double injustice to Bosnia because it was a clear foul. The ref was going to blow, but he didn't.
So in reality, he blew.
he blew. Yeah.
Not literally, but figuratively.
Yeah, so Bosnia had 18 shots, 10 on target. They had 7 fouls. It was 7-9 on fouls. Nigeria had 9. So again, we're even. Corners were 4-4. Nigeria was offside 3 times. Bosnia-Herzegovina was offside twice. It should be once. Bosnia had possession 54% to 46%. There was 1 yellow apiece. However, the stat of the game is Nigeria had 20 shots and 13 were on target. They consistently had pressure in the first half. Now in the second half, Bosnia just couldn't find a way through. They just couldn't do anything in the second half.
Well, then a lot of their shots had to be the first half because
they
Bosnia-Herzegovina had
They got shots that just weren't
18
quality
and
ones.
10 on goal.
They weren't quality
Well, I didn't
shots.
watch the game. Yeah.
They
So,
weren't quality
I mean, like
shots.
we were talking about a couple games ago, it's like a lot of the goal or a lot of the shots that we were talking about in that game were just right on goal.
Yeah. Although Edison Deco in the 87th minute had a great header and the downward header, the goalie saved it. And then in stoppage time, Zeko hits the woodwork. In fact, the goalie pushed it onto the woodwork.
So it would have been a goal.
It was a goal. It would have been a goal. So Zeko could have scored twice. The biggest thing here, though, is that Bosnia, in their first ever World Cup appearance, has been knocked out of the World Cup.
In 2 games.
In 2 games.
Not even a chance. No, there's no mathematical chance whatsoever that
There's nothing.
they get in. Which brings me to back to the group.
Yeah, back
Let's
to the
talk
group.
back to the group really quick. Like I said, the Iran loss 1-0 still favors them because they play Bosnia, who obviously hasn't shown up.
Yeah.
Nigeria plays Argentina. Nigeria's got a +1 goal diff. However, if they lose to Argentina big, and Iran pulls out a 2-0 win or a 1-0 win.
Yeah, the dream result, the bare minimum, would be an Iran victory over Bosnia 1-0.
And an Argentina
gives them 4 points with a 0 goal diff. And
butt
Argentina win, just 2-0 Argentina win puts Nigeria down at 4 points, but with a -1 goal diff.
Yeah.
And the 0 goal diff would go over.
See, now here's the question I have for you.
Hold on.
Here's the question I have for you real quick, because this is complicated now. Okay, you have an Argentina 1-0 win.
Yep.
And you have an Iran 1-0 win. They're going to be at 4 points each with a 0-0 goal diff and a draw head-to-head.
Okay, goals scored, goals for is the first tiebreaker. So Nigeria has scored 1 goal. Okay, right?
And if Iran wins, they'll score one goal.
They'll score 1 goal. Then it's goals against. Iran has had 1 goal scored against them. Okay. And then if they lose Argentina, they win. Okay. So you ready for this?
Go ahead.
The final tiebreaker. Are you ready for this?
I don't want to.
Alphabetical order.
I quit. I don't want to do the show.
No,
anymore.
there's other tiebreakers between that, but I'm just saying, if it all goes tied, Iran would go through because I comes before N.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
There's other tiebreakers, but I learned that today. They talked about it. They talked about exactly what you said.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, there are other tiebreakers. It would be because look, it's goals for
just
so
for competitive
goals
nature,
for, goals against.
Yeah,
it's got head to head. There's other tiebreakers, but if they are all tied, and it would be rare that they would, Iran would go through.
Yeah, you're talking like 7 or 8 tiebreakers deep.
But however, like you said,
that's never happened before.
It's never happened before, but this is very, very plausible because they talked about how close these tiebreakers are.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is this could sound like an injustice, but it takes the results for it to happen. So we would need an Argentina 1-0 win, an Iran 1-0 win for this to even shake out.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Red cards is a factor. If you've gotten a red card, that's a factor in a tiebreaker.
To be honest with you, I think as it sits right now is the way it's going to go through because I don't think Iran's going to beat Bosnia. I think it might be a draw.
Yeah.
So
I could see Iran winning.
Yeah.
But I could see Nigeria playing for a draw.
I can see Argentina laying the smack down on Nigeria.
Okay.
But, I mean, even the headlines in Brazil after the Argentina 2-1 victory against Bosnia.
Is that all you got?
Is that all you got?
And here they go. What are they going to say now? But I mean, you can't say that against Iran because I don't care what team you got or who you got on your team. It's hard to win a game when the other team is playing with 10 men in their half of the field. That's literally all their players.
Yeah, you're just throwing everybody in the box and just hoping to block shots.
Yeah.
I mean, which is fine.
That's how Chelsea plays.
Let's get You're a hater. Let's get to the good game of the day. The second game, the noon game between Germany and Ghana. I called something outrageous yesterday, which, as the second half kind of played on, I was like, wait a second. If they played like that in the first half, we might have saw that score.
Yeah.
However, in the first half, it was 0-0.
Yeah.
And it ended up being a 2-2 draw. Let's talk about the goals real quick.
Hold on. The betting odds, the two-way betting odds, like bet first half and the second half result.
Yeah.
On a draw was 50-1.
Ah.
I literally took Germany and the draw on my $2 ticket, which was 10-1. And I looked at the
Germany
draw,
first half in the draw?
Germany to win the first half and then draw in the second half. And I literally looked at the draw, and what went through my mind is, even if it's 0-0 at halftime, Germany will win the game. So I looked at draw then Germany, and that was only like 5-1. And I was like,
see, what the funny thing about Shawn is, when he bets, he usually just goes for the highest odds and just presses the button.
That's right.
And he didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
So, anyway, it became a Germany 2, Ghana 2 draw. Let's talk about the goals real quick. Oh, no. Okay, this is the second time I'm going to the goals now.
Okay.
Mario Götze.
On a Mueller
the youngin' for Germany. On a Mueller assist, got a great header that actually went off his knee.
Yeah, the knee put it in.
Yeah, the knee put it in.
The header would have been saved.
Yeah.
The knee redirect.
The header would have been like a 3-bouncer to the goalie.
Literally, so that you guys could see here. Head, ball's going this way, running forward, knee hits it, it goes another way.
And the knee made it a rocket.
Yeah.
The knee made it a rocket. And then AU, in the 54th minute.
3 minutes later.
Awesome goal. Header. I don't know who had the assist on that one, but he jumped. I just want to point this out. He jumped over Mertesacker to get that header, which was awesome. 63rd minute, Ghana looked awesome. Gaglione with the top left corner over
the goal,
over Neuer.
Yep.
And then in the 71st minute, Miroslav
Klose,
who became tied for the
World Cup
all-time goal leader.
Yeah. With who?
Mueller's dad.
No.
Yeah, it's Mueller's dad.
Mueller had 14 for Germany. Ronaldo of Brazil, the old Ronaldo, had 15.
Okay, so he broke Mueller and tied Ronaldo.
And tied Ronaldo. Not Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo.
With 15.
Yeah.
Which is great for Klose, because they had said in the game when they were down 2-1, they said, well, Klose is 1 goal away from tying Ronaldo's goal and breaking Gerard Mueller. Which is Thomas Mueller's dad, who also had the single-season goal-scoring record until Messi broke it a year and a half ago. They said, but he's yet to get a minute in this World Cup. And I don't know
then he gets a minute and
what
scores?
anyone knows about Miroslav Klose, but this dude is a goal-scoring machine in the World Cup. He's an old. You talk about old man. This dude's an old vet.
Okay, but if you watch the goal. He wasn't a ball hawk on it.
No, I know, but I'm saying that's how he's gotten those.
It was a lucky bounce off a dude's head.
But that's where he's
at. He put one. Yeah, no, he's in the right place at the right time.
Throughout his career,
you go where the ball is gonna be, not where it is.
There's a reason why Germany makes semifinals. Most of it prior to this year, because granted he's not starting, but in the cups past, Miroslav Klose is the reason Germany wins games. He put 2 in against England in 2010 in that 4-1 loss.
I'll give it to you. Stats in the game. Shots were 20 for Ghana. Amazing amount. 10 on goal, so they're 50%. 6 on goal for Germany, 11 shots, so they're just under 50.
Just over 50.
Just over.
Nice
yeah. What?
Just over.
Yeah, just over 50. I'm sorry. Foul. 17 for Ghana, 11 for. Yeah, I didn't go to college. 17 for Ghana, 11 for Germany. Corners 7-3 in favor of Germany, and Klose, that was the corner goal that he scored.
Yep.
So they got one off of that.
Ghana was offside 5 times.
Yeah.
Which is the same stat they had against USA.
I didn't know that.
What I hear this is that Gaglione is poaching. He's attempting to poach. So, if Ghana does manage to make it through...
I'm just saying, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
I know, but if they do manage to make it through, that is something that could be crucial in a game. Because for those of you who don't remember, that's exactly how Asamoah Gyan beat the United States in extra time in 2010. A clear defensive error over the ball, simple ball over the top. He poached. He got it one-on-one with Howard. It was game over at that point.
The last Gaglione goal, I'm going to talk about this real quick. There's a very large...
Jean? Asamoah Jean? like they say in the announcers? Because I say Gaglione. Because when he
I
played at the
say
Premier,
Guyon.
when he played at the Premier League, when I first knew who he was, when he played at Sunderland, they said Asamoah Gyan.
Okay.
And then when they played in the World Cup, there came this John stuff, and I don't know if it's
I
because they're
thought you were
playing
getting on
Premier
me
League.
for pronouncing the name wrong, and I was
No,
just about
no,
to say
no. I'm just saying I don't get.
Bosnia-Herzegovina.
No, I know. I
Shinji
don't. I,
Kagawa.
Shinji Kagawa.
Hey, you said it right. Let's talk about that Guyon goal.
Nottingham Sup.
Nottingham. It's Indomitian Sue.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, it's not.
the Guyon goal. He burns past Mertesacker. Okay.
Well, that's not.
Wait,
I
no,
can burn
it's yeah,
past
exactly.
Mertesacker.
But my point of the matter being is that the two center backs for Germany are friggin' slow, dude.
Yeah,
Mertesacker and Hummels,
yeah.
that's a big hole to have. I mean, they're great on set pieces, they're great on defending corners and things like that, and they're great on the corner for scoring goals. And they're strong, but if you got a burner, that's going to cause problems.
This brings me back to the Arsenal defense. Why was Arsenal's defense so great? Granted, they didn't.
Why
win.
are we talking about
No,
Arsenal?
but listen, because Mertesacker he's paired with Koscielny, who's
No,
not big, but he's quick.
You
So he
flip-flop.
makes up
Yes.
that slowness,
I understand.
which Germany's not doing.
No.
I will say both Boatengs were subbed out in this game. You know, we talked about them yesterday. Ozil looked the most dangerous player on Germany.
He did look good.
Mueller is, this guy. You can't say enough about this dude. It's
If
like
he's not scoring goals, he's creating goals.
He's if he's not scoring, he's creating. So I think the cogs of that midfield is, if I was Germany, I wouldn't even start Götze. I'd use him as a sub because those legs as a sub are beautiful late in the game.
Yeah, you're going to burn some people when they're tired.
I would start Miroslav close up front to start a game, and because he's old, when he gets tired in the 45th halftime sub or 55th, 60th minute, then you bring on Götze and change your formation.
Sure, that's just like
changing it after the game.
That's just like a Lambert. You know what I mean? You start Lambert, you take him on halftime.
Yeah.
And then you got some tired legs and Sturridge burns people.
Germany looked unorganized on defense when Ghana put the pressure on. Now, they looked great on simple possession, but when Ghana started getting the shots and had possession in their half, their clearances weren't good. They're kicking it right back out. They're clearing out of the box with weak headers that only fall 15 yards out, and Ghana's got the ball back. It could have easily been 4-2 to Ghana. Could have easily been 4-2 because Ghana late in that game, before the close goal to tie it, that 55th to 68th minute, Ghana they went up 2-1 at that point, but they looked like they could have scored more at that point. And even late in the game, 85th minute and on, the game was wide open. It's like both teams were looking for a goal, and I felt that Ghana was the one that was going to get it because when they got it, they were much more spaced than Germany. They were coming forward fast, but a little too slow. It looked like Ozil and Mueller were trying to get other people involved because when they were given the ball, they were like, here, take it back. Let me get into a space. It seemed like the other players just wanted to give them the ball. And they wanted to find space to create that pass, to create that shot before they got the ball. But no, they'd be a little bit of space between you and I, and then you'd pass me the ball, and I'm like, here, take it back right now. Let me get 10 yards away from you in this little hole here. And I think that held up Germany. They looked apprehensive late in the game, but it's a great result for the United States.
Yeah, it is a good result for the United States because with a win tomorrow,
they guarantee they're advancing.
You guarantee they advance, and you jump to top of the group.
Yep.
Which means a better draw in the knockout stage. Well, with this World Cup, who knows? But normally,
I picked.
You get a better draw.
If U.S. goes first place, I picked Russia, USA, first round of the knockout, which is very likely to happen. Or we could see a USA South Korea matchup if we got first place.
That would be awesome.
So, but the one thing I wanted to say is, while Tony says it's great, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. This could also be very bad, in the sense that, and I don't hope this happens, but if we were to lose tomorrow, that would put Germany at 4 points, us at 3 points, Portugal at 3 points. We would definitely still be ahead of Portugal on goal diff because they're not going to beat us 4-0. Ghana at 1 point. Ghana plays Portugal in the final game. We play Germany, which means a Ghana or Portugal victory combined with our a loss to Germany would put either of those teams in. Now, the good result would be a draw with Portugal tomorrow No, I'm saying no. Well, a win's great, but I'm saying a win's great. A good result would be a draw with Portugal and a Ghana Portugal draw, because they knock each other out.
Mm-hmm,
2 points for Ghana, 1 point, 2 points for Portugal. See what
Sure.
I'm saying? They knock each other out at that point.
Everybody
Then it
in
doesn't
this,
matter what our result is versus Germany.
there's thousands of ways this can go through. Everybody in the group is still alive. Nobody's knocked out from it yet. Let's talk about the guys who are knocked out.
I wanted to say one thing about Germany. Okay, so
All right, go ahead.
people, pundits, people that don't know their soccer are gonna go back. Oh, Germany, they look bad. Right? It's gonna happen before we play them. They're gonna be talking all this stuff.
Sure.
Look at Germany's second group game in the last 8 World Cups.
A lot of losses.
A lot of losses, a lot of draws. They have been in 12 straight semifinals.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, right?
So nobody's knocked out in that group, in our group. The teams that are knocked out.
I put 2 categories here. I got teams that are knocked out, they have no chance of advancing, and then teams facing a 10 count. That means they're down. The ref is counting. If they don't get up, they're gone.
Yep.
So we've talked about this before, but we've got a new name to the list. Cameroon, first team to be eliminated. Australia and Spain eliminated on the same day. England was eliminated by the Costa Rica victory over Italy. And now Bosnia-Herzegovina and their first ever World Cup has been knocked out today with their loss to Nigeria. Teams facing a 10 count, Japan and Greece, we know that.
Yeah.
Honduras,
they're already out.
They're at 9.
Well
the refs at 9. Yeah, right. Refs at 9. Iran now is facing a 10 count, but there's still a way for Iran to go. We talked about that with the crazy
refs
goal.
at 10, but someone's distracting him in the crowd.
Yeah.
Honduras
and then Ghana. Ghana is facing a 10 count because they need a USA loss.
Yeah, USA
and to beat
win.
Portugal.
A USA win knocks Ghana out completely.
Knocks Portugal and Ghana out.
That's right. And Germany and US are going through. No matter what happens.
No matter what happens. That means Joachim Low and Klinsmann, they're friends. They're going to be like, yeah, let's play everyone that hasn't played.
Yeah, let's go to a 3-3 draw.
Who's your backup goalie? Guzan? Okay, we'll put him in.
Lake Forest, Illinois!
Who's our backup goalie? We don't really know who Germany's backup goalie is.
Yeah, just so you know, we got 3 guys on Team USA from Chicago.
But whatever.
Just wanted to point that out.
Tomorrow's games.
Yeah, let's talk about that, and let's talk about some predictions.
The good game in the morning, Belgium versus Russia. I don't know if you know this, but Russia had a monkey on its back when it comes to Belgium in previous World Cups. They've beaten them 1-0, but still got knocked out because it wasn't enough on goal diff. They've lost to Belgium to get knocked out. They've drawn to Belgium to get knocked out. They need to beat Belgium. However, it's going to be a great game. You got a young Belgium squad who didn't look so great in their first game.
But
Russia drew on the Afrikaneve blunder, the howler, where you let South Korea.
That was a hell of a blunder.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be definitely worth waking up at 9 a.m. and watching. I'm picking a 3-3 draw.
Okay.
I'm saying it's gonna be a wide open game.
Shawn's got a hard on for Russia.
I do. Russia. What about Russia?
And a flaccid floppy for Belgium.
Yeah.
So this is why it's 3-3 draw.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a 3-2 Belgium victory, and the only reason I'm giving Russia that much credit is because they have a hell of a striking tandem.
Yeah.
And they have some good midfielders.
Yep.
The young dude,
Zagadov.
matched up at Kolarov.
Yeah.
They present problems.
Yeah.
For the back four.
I was going to tell you, Kurzakov, who scored the tying goal against South Korea, he's an old man now. He's 31. His first ever World Cup appearance was brought on as a sub as a 19-year-old versus Belgium. He scored the game-winning goal, but that one goal was not enough on the goal diff to advance.
There you go. I think Belgium just has too much talent, too much class. Eden Hazard, Vincent Kompany, Axel Witsel.
I hope Russia wins. I wouldn't be surprised. It's 3-2 Russia.
Whatever.
As you can see.
All right. So wait. So we got a lot of.
Change it. 3-2 Russia victory. Change it right now.
Okay.
3-2.
3-2.
3-2.
3-2.
Your pen just stopped working.
Darn it.
3-2 Russia.
3-2 Russia. Now we got a lot of goals going around in this game.
Yeah.
Give me 2 goal scorers on your Russian team, and I'll give you 2 goal scorers on the Belgian team.
Yuri Zirkov.
We're gonna look at this tomorrow.
Okay. Zirkov.
Just
put Yuri.
Okay, Yuri.
And I'm gonna go with Kurzakov.
And Kurz. I'm I'm going to go with Mr. Hazard, obviously. And I'm going to go with a Mariano Fellaini header.
Fellaini.
Again, as I called in the first game.
Okay.
Let's move on to the napper. So if you're drinking a lot in the morning and you're a big soccer fan, now's the time to sleep it off at noon. Which is when we're starting our barbecue, by the way.
Yep.
For the U.S. game. South Korea versus Algeria. Who do you got?
I got a 2-0 Algeria win. Faraguli.
The only reason that I think you might be right, but I have it the other way, is because Algeria played very well in the first game.
Yeah.
However, South Korea played very well too.
Yeah.
Just because
They don't got no lead on goop, man.
They got the little flopper that went over
Yeah.
Ikenfief or Ikenfief or whatever the heck. African Eve. There you go. I'm calling a 2-0 South Korea win.
We were opposite on both the first two games.
Yeah, 3-2, 3-2, 2-0.
Okay.
Let's get to the game that matters.
That only matters to the people in this country because everyone else in the world is looking at this game and they're hoping Portugal wins.
Yeah, well, everybody else in the world can.
Yeah.
Suck my toe. Okay.
The USA versus Portugal, round 2, 3 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern time.
By this time, we'll already be 5 hot dogs, 2 hamburgers, 2 chicken breasts,
and 800 beers deep.
That's right. All right, let's talk about the predictions.
Okay, I got it a 1-0 USA win.
I hate this prediction.
I got it 1-0. I think it's going to be 0-0 for most of the game. And I'm going to go with a crisp Wondolowski goal.
He's going to get subbed out, buddy.
No, I think he's getting subbed in. I think Johansson's going
to start?
Yeah. I think Johansson's going to start. Wando's going to come in sub. And I think Wando's going to score the game winner. At that point,
I'm going to crumble this up, even though we're going to talk about this game for a while.
You better keep that for tomorrow.
Oh, we're going to keep it for tomorrow. I have it a 2-1 victory, just like in Ghana. I have another late winner. I think Portugal's going to go up early, and they're going to sit back. And then I think Dempsey's going to score, just like in the other game.
Okay.
However,
for my good golden boot prediction for Dempsey.
Yeah, I guess it would be a good golden boot prediction. I see Fabian Johnson running into the attack, as he did last game, and scoring a goal this time.
I don't see Fabian Johnson have any room in the thing because he's going to be tasked with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Doesn't matter. When you're down 1-0, you play attack.
You want to hear a bold prediction? I think Cristiano Ronaldo leaves this game with an injury.
That would be awesome. I hate to do that to players' injuries or whatever, but so let's talk about how we had the team starting already.
Yeah.
We talked about this a couple days ago. However, we're going to play the diamond, right?
Diamond midfield.
Diamond midfield. So we're going to go 2 up front.
2 up front.
1 behind.
Well, this is not given because Klinsmann could go to
I'm just saying. You got 1 behind, right?
Yeah.
And then you got 3 mid.
3 mid.
Now.
You really suck at drawing a diamond, just so you know. That's like a triangle.
Whatever, bro. The point of the matter is we got Beasley.
He's guaranteed to start.
Without a doubt. Does he get subbed out?
No.
No.
They don't have Nanny? You think Beasley can't handle Nanny?
No, I think he can't speed-wise. As far as talent goes, Beasley had some problems last game.
I don't think so.
In the first half, he had some problems.
I think that was part of the plan.
It was part of the plan just to fake like you suck for a minute? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay? I think Beasley gets subbed out for Mr. Timothy Chandler.
Okay, I could see that happen. I could see Chandler coming in the game.
Because Chandler's got a little bit of pace to him. He can't hang like Beasley can.
Yeah. But
he's still pretty fast. You got Johnson on the other side. Johnson's going to be with Ronaldo all game long, hopefully.
The Johnson, Geoff Cameron, who's our next center back, is going to be a big, their communication with each other because Ronaldo, he loves to play left and cut inside onto that right foot.
See, the best thing for me for the U.S. is that Geoff Cameron has played the outside where Fabian Johnson plays. He's played for Stoke and he's played for Houston Dynamo in the same position. So I think that favors the U.S. in the fact that Cameron can make up for Johnson's
they're playing against the world's
lack of
players,
pace.
So I don't know if anything favors the
Well,
US
I'm just saying, if Johnson does fall off, Cameron does have the pace to hang.
Okay.
So in the middle, normally we would see Besler.
But I'm calling John Anthony Brooks.
Yes, and I agree too. However, I think that if Besler starts, Brooks will get subbed in.
Yeah.
But Besler had a little injury
That's why I don't
last
think he
game.
plays. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that Besler doesn't see a minute of this game. And if Brooks has some problems, then we're going to see Mr. Omar Gonzalez.
Yeah. Okay. I think if Cameron has problems or Fabian Johnson has problems, they put Cameron on the outside and Gonzalez takes over the center back spot.
Either way, I think we see two defensive subs
Okay.
in this game.
Okay.
Just because of the pace of Ronaldo, and
Okay.
you want to have fresh legs.
Okay.
In the midfield, you got Bradley.
Bradley at center attacking mid.
Bradley.
Center attacking mid.
Okay.
Beckerman in the center defensive mid.
Beckerman.
We're going to see Zuzi and Jones on either side. Jones on the right, Zuzi on the left. That's
Zuzi
almost
and
guaranteed.
Jones. Yeah, without a doubt. Now, here's a big question.
Dempsey
with who?
Wando, but I think Johansson starts.
Okay. He says Johansson.
Because here's the thing. Johansson is a better player against a methodical team like Portugal. You look at his goals, and for AZ Akmalar, he doesn't play well as a hold-up player like he had to do against Ghana, where a team counterattacks, they bring people forward, and then you got to get the ball to your attacker, and he's got to hold the ball up to bring all that back. He's not that kind of good. He is good when a team keeps their back four back, and you're able to pass to him because he makes runs, he creates space. I think Johansson starts, but I think Wando gets subbed at halftime.
Okay. I think Wando starts, and I think Wando plays the whole game. Maybe. What would be crazy, because I think there might be 3 defensive subs. If the U.S. plays a game where they're in front, Fabian Johnson can also double as a
left midfielder.
As a left mid.
Yeah.
So in that case, you might see Zuzi come out for another left back and move Fabian Johnson up.
Yeah.
And just play full on defense at the end.
Okay.
So
or you, like you said, you could put Johnson up front, Cameron over left back, bring Omar Gonzalez in for Zuzi.
There you go.
You bring Omar for Zuzi, but you just do a formation shift. Now, here's the thing. You could also see United States go back to a 4-2-3-1.
And Dempsey up front.
And Dempsey up front by himself. Which he hasn't done that well as a sole target man, but it could be a pure strategy thing.
Not bad.
Because later on in the game, you could sub out one of your midfielders for Wando, drop Dempsey back to a center attacking mid, and allow Bradley back into the center of the midfield.
Very true. Or if you're going to play that one striker up front with Dempsey, you can take out either Johansson or Wando and put another center defensive mid.
Yep.
And play a 4 midfielder set.
Yep.
4-1-1.
I would like to see, just to mix it up, and I'm pretty sure they've done this in practice. I would like to see, to change things, I would like to see Wando sub for Johansson, Bradley drop next to Beckerman, or Jones drop next to Beckerman.
Jones
Bradley,
probably, yeah.
Yeah, and then Bradley play on the other side, and then go with a 4-4-1-1. With Dempsey floating and Wando up front. Just to see how Portugal's defense handles that type of stuff. Because you put those 4 midfielders, you bring Dempsey in there. Dempsey can play midfield. He did this at Tottenham. He did this at Fulham.
Yeah.
You basically got 5 midfielders. You're clogging the midfield for Portugal. It's hard to get service to Ronaldo unless you're putting balls over the top. But if you do that and you're clogging the midfield, you keep your back line back, and it doesn't create that space for Ronaldo to get over the top. So.
Yeah, and given these predictions for subs are basically based on if the U.S. has a lead.
The worst thing I think could happen for the U.S. is a 0-0 late until a Ronaldo late goal. Because at that point, Portugal just drops back and parks the bus with 15 minutes.
And there's no solidified fantastic striker you can bring in as a super sub.
Wondolowski.
Yeah, Wondolowski, great, but it's nobody that's at the caliber of Altidore or any other.
Did you just say caliber of Altidore?
That's right.
Okay.
You think Wando's better than Altidore?
I think in a World Cup, in a national team sense, possibly.
Why? Because Altidore's played one World Cup and he was 18 years old.
Yeah.
What does that show?
Yeah, Wando's
nothing.
Magic Man, man. He's got a name like Wondolowski. It's like the dude.
The dude.
All
right, so we're going to keep this piece of paper that's behind me for tomorrow. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn Adams.
Thanks for watching day 10. Stay tuned for day 11 tomorrow.
Recap the USA game. We could be crying.
Or we could be drinking a hell of a lot of beer.
Yeah, we could be drunk and crying, or we could be drunk and really loud.
Cheers to the U.S.
Cheers to the U.S.
And I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
That's right.
Kind.
It's a win.